Alright, here's a video where you are trying to find the cosine of a sum of two angles. And notice that the two angles are different angles. U and V are, well, I guess they could be the same, but they're different. You have to treat them separately. So, we have a sum difference identity over here that says the cos of the sum of two angles is equal to the cos of U times the cos of V minus sine U and sine V. In the question, they give us this information up here. And they say that the angles are acute. All that means is that they're going to be positive. So they tell me it was sine U. Now I have that over here. Right over here I have sine U, so that's 3/5. And sine V, I have that, that's 4/5. Hey, well, that's pretty easy. So these two things here, I just took and dumped them into those spots over here. So I knew sine U was this, sine V was this. But my problem now is that I don't know what cos U or cos V are. However, if they tell me this information, for example, let's look at angle U. So they tell me that the sine of angle U is 3/5. Well, that gives me quite a bit of information about that angle, because I know that sine is y over r, and if I know what y and r are, then I should be able to find x, right? It's Pythagoras, x squared plus y squared equals r squared. So r squared is 5 squared, so that's 25. And y is 3, so that'd be 9. 3 squared is 9. Plus, and I'm looking for x squared. So x squared is equal to 25, take away 9, which is 16. And then the square root of 16 is 4. Notice I'm taking the positive 4 because at this point up there, because they're all acute angles. So if x is positive 4, then, let me just, a second. Okay, if x is positive 4, then I can do cosine of this angle. We're doing u, right? So cos of u is x over r, that's an x, and x is 4, and r from up here was 5. So cos of u is 4/5. So I'm going to take that and dump it right there. So cos of u, 4/5. Okay, last thing I need to do is to work out angle V. So angle V, let's do it in green. Angle V is here. I know that the sine of V is 4/5. Again, sine is y over r. That means y is 4 and r is 5. Again, I can do Pythagoras. X squared plus y squared equals r squared. X is what I'm looking for, so it's 25. Take away the y squared over there. 4 squared is 16. So x squared is equal to 9. Therefore, x is equal to 3. Again, positive 3 because it's acute. So if I know what x is, then I can say what the cos of this angle is again. The cos of V is going to be x over r. And x I just found out to be 3. And r was 5. So cos of V is 3/5. So up here, this is 3/5 minus. So now, I sort of made a mess of this. Let me draw a little line to separate. There. So now I need to just simplify this part here. Okay, so it'll be 4/5 times 3/5, that'll be 12/25. Minus 3 times 4, so that'll be 12/25. Oh, interesting. So 12 minus 12 would be 0/25, or plain old 0. So if they want to know what the cos of the sum of those two angles are, it's going to wind up to be 0. Now, one thing that probably tells me is that if the cos is 0, that happens on the quadrant. Cos of 0 is either there or there. If I have two acute angles, so they're both in here, probably the sum of both of those angles comes out to 90, because that's it where it ended up. But you don't really need to know that. All you need to know is that part right there. Okay, hopefully that helps.